Hey everybody, what's going on? My name is Flounder, and welcome back to my PTCG Live series where we start from scratch and work our way up. I haven't been able to play for a few days, or get my video fully edited because of just things going on in life, but you'd be surprised when you log in and find out that everything that you thought you had for like another full week is already been rotated. So not only did I take the time and energy to, get into a video with them, but I made the decks, I kind of went into detail about the decks and things like that, and I was kind of hoping to play like Lugia today, or play a little bit of my Zard list. No, I can't. They're not standard. I mean, I can, but I'm absolutely not going to. We're going to move on to the next standard format, so unfortunately, here we go, deleting everything I worked on. And, yeah, Baxcalibur is still legal. It's not going to be nearly as good. We just got to make a few edits. And then, of course, Zard, as well, is no longer legal in this variation. So, let's just first and foremost edit this one out. So, we're going to take that out. The Lost Vacuum and the one-off Stadium and one double turbo, which leaves us 4 slots in the deck to work with. And as you can see, we've actually received new cards, which is fantastic. So now I don't have to worry about getting these cards, but things like this are clearly a 4 of in Dragapult decks. So, like, we're gonna have to waste a little bit of our crafting material, which we don't have a whole lot of right now on things like that. But also, our Chaladon's cool. Of course, we would have liked another copy of each, but I can't complain about free stuff. I wonder if they updated our Pidgey. They did not update Pidgeys, so we are stuck with the 50 HP one, which is unfortunate. But we can actually go ahead with a Relo or Rapsco line in the deck. It fills 2 slots, and it prevents us, hopefully, from having bad matchups against things like Dragapult. So, yeah. Other than that, looking at the things here, we got a Blaziken EX. That's actually pretty cool. And we got copies of Mammoth's, so we can throw those into a deck together and build that and kind of roll with it. But other than that, I don't know if we had 4 copies of Raging Bolt before. That might be new as well. Because I think the only ancient Pokemon we had were like bare bones. It also gifted Zoroark GX, which is cool. But other than that, I don't know. Everything kind of just seems pretty straightforward here. Oh, I believe it gave us Greninjas and maybe something else. I can't put my finger quite on what it was. I think this might be new too. I'm not entirely sure about that one though. And then going to our trainers, we'll see if there's anything new here that would be beneficial for us. Counter catchers are new to us. We did not have those before, so honestly, maybe putting 2 copies in and dropping a copy of that would be ideal. What else we got? We already had the Vitality Band because it's in the deck. So we got... Oh, they gave us more ace specs as well, so that's awesome, because we can actually just drop the Sparkling Crystal now. Alright, and we have options. I think out of the options, Prime Catcher is definitely the best. And if that's the case, we could always also just drop one Counter Catcher for the Prime Catcher. And that leaves us with 4 gusting options in deck. Because we might want to play like... Oh, and they gave us Energy Search Pro. I think Goldango might be the way to go now. So, I don't know if we really need 2 copies of Nest Ball without the Radiant Zard. That might be something we could drop. I'm definitely keeping 6 energy, though. That's what I feel comfortable with. We could drop that. The one off of Research. It's kind of unnecessary. We're going to put a Rescue Stretcher in. I'm kind of debating if I want to do like a secret box or something, but I think Prime Catcher is just the way to go. So that being said, like, this is pretty good now. A lot better supporters. I mean, Rabska might not be the best play. We'll see, but it definitely helps out in certain matchups, so that's cool to have. And like that, we have a standard deck. Let's just go in with the Zard list and hope for the best and get a couple quick games and, you know, go up the ladder a little bit and get some crafting material. So if we win the coin flip, of course, we're going to try and go second. It does look like we will be going second, so that's good. Zard obviously wants to fall down in the prize race. They want to, you know, let the opponent take the first prize card, so Charizard can start hitting for like 210, hopefully, or sooner than later. I'm a person that really likes going first, though, and it's hard for me to say to go second, because sometimes I choose to go second, and then I look at my hand, and I'm like, this is the most busted opening hand of all time, like, as long as they don't Iono me or anything, like, I could absolutely pop off, but then, like, I gotta go hold another turn, and then, you know, they have the opportunity to attack and things like that, so who knows? Sometimes going first is ideal, but you can't really tell in certain formats, so. Oh, okay, so this is a really bad start. Fez, and nothing to work with. Arven doesn't really do anything for us. I mean, it gets us basic Pokemon, and hopefully we can wait a turn to rare candy. But, like, not having energy in here is kind of atrocious. Because we don't have ways other than Charizard's ability to search out energy. So even if we get the Arven, we're kind of dead drawn. Because obviously what we'd want is Arven energy, but that only gets us one or the other. There we going down a counter, which is good for us. I'm assuming they're also playing Zard. I don't know if they mulliganed. I don't think they did. I think only we did. But yeah, they're probably going to want us to take the first prize card. So getting rid of the counter catcher isn't a big deal for them. But little do they know I have nothing going on here. They're really going in with the Ultra Balls. Definitely grabbing wrong things too. I think this was also a level 0 person, so they could also be new to the game. Who knows? But they can definitely call for family. Max Belt. Alright. Like, you know, you do you. Max Belt could actually be scary in the mirror because it could allow them to hit 330 before we're able to hit 330. But yeah, well, I don't know why you would retreat there. I don't know what's going on. This must be a new person. That helps. I'm not gonna lie, that is very useful. I think we go ahead and get rid of these. Prime Catcher's better than Switch, even if it's gonna do some other things. But yeah, we need to get a Charizard going. Yeah. Or we could get... I'm gonna forgo the Charizard because it might actually just be better for us to set up a board state than go in, you know, hard and fast. Although we could have taken out their Charmeleon. Hard to say. Let me see an Arven now. I don't even know what they would be grabbing. Obviously, evolution, but... Buddy Poffin? This has to be the straightforward, like, deck that they gave you, because it doesn't seem super good. Especially with the max belt. It might have just been correct to go in hard with Charizard. Tera Orb, alright. Yeah, so I kind of bunged that one off. We could have taken out the Charmeleon before it became the Zard, and then he would have had nothing. Normally I would go for that aggressive play too. I just wanted to play smarter. Alright. So, let's go ahead and evolve. We're tying them prizes, so even when they do, they're not going to be able to knock out my Feds regardless. So we can go ahead and quick search. We'll grab an Arven. So we can thin out the deck a little bit. Instead of just straight up grabbing the Buddy. And then I guess we'll grab the Defiance Band. There's the only thing left, only thing in there to grab, because we discarded that. So that's fine. Buddy Poffin. We'll grab 2 Charmander. Throw them on the bench. We got a rare candy and a straight up evolution into one next turn. We can attach and then retreat. So yeah, let's do that. Also, we'll have the first hit into Charizard, as they're gonna have to either hit one of my other guys that aren't a Charizard, obviously. So even if they have something like Boss, we're fine. We can know that they don't have Prime Catcher because their Ace Spec is taken up. So we also don't have to worry about doing weird plays because we know what their Ace Spec is. It's crazy to think, though, like how different this game would be going right now if I was just more aggressive. Charmeleon would have been knocked out last turn, and the Pidgey would be lone in the active right now. I don't think they would have had anything to work with. Also, attaching, 4 energy there. Not putting one on the Pidgey so you can save yourself later on. Yeah, no, okay, alright. Alright, I'm okay with that. Alright, so let's go ahead and evolve this one. We can quick search for the rare candy. Looks like we prized 2, and we prized the fire energy. We have Area Zero Underdepths in the deck? I don't remember putting that in. I mean, it makes sense, but we might have to go look at our stadiums and see what we have and kind of change that up. So we can grab all 3, put 1 on the active, and then 2 on the Zard so we can attack. We will retreat, send up Charizard, and swing for 180. And because our Charizard doesn't have damage on it, we're going to win the Charizard fight. Just gonna have to try and draw out of that, which by the way they've been playing, I don't know if they will, but you never know. Top decks are a thing. So I'm wondering if he's gonna try and retreat it here, but even so, we have Prime Catcher and Pidgey out for retreat and then knockout, so I'm not worried about that. we're just gonna see it pass, because I don't think they're even playing at this point. Might as well throw it down. Quick search. Grab this preemptively for the next turn. And we will take the knockout. If they do decide that they want to actually come back and play after not that turn, we can boss up anything that they would throw at us. That would be whatever. I genuinely think that they disconnected or walked away, though. And alright, they didn't come back. Alright, looks like we went up the ladder. We're now in Chingling tier. Oh boy. Alright, we can collect. I should have checked what our... Oh, there's 3 dailies now? Nice. Okay. So, win a match without conceding. Complete 2 matches in trainer trials. Oh? And play the card Pal Pad. Gotta do that twice? Alright, whatever. I would like to go ahead and open this stuff on camera. I think it just had me level up the other day and I got that stuff, so. Because I haven't played. Linked Lightning. That's not. That's like a really bad Raikou, right? How much does Raikou do? I mean, it's got free retreat, it's got less health though, and it's just a... It's only your bench Pokemon, it's not every bench Pokemon. So the max you can have is 8, so you're only adding 160 to it, so you're doing 220 max. Like, that's not good. Why is that a card? Why did they put that in the set? Tyranitar, great get though. And then I kind of like this Magmortar. So maybe we'll do something with that. But let's try getting another game going here. Alright, we won, so we'll make them go first. That's an interesting start. It's gonna be really bad for us. Oh, I forgot I wanted to check for the stadium replacement. Area Zero Under Death isn't bad, it just doesn't really do much for us if we don't have other things that we want to throw on the bench, like the Dust Skulls and things. But like, whatever. Alright, so we're going against Ogre Box. There's a very, very solid chance here that we just get overrun really quickly, especially with such a bad start like this. Okay, so there's two options here. Stall. Or we just Iono. I don't know what they have in hand. They could have a busted hand. They could have a bad hand. I couldn't tell you. But I think the correct thing to do is just play Iono. Other than that, I would pull up the Hoot Hoot, which would force them to have a whole bunch of other things. But yeah, this looks like it came out pretty well for us. So go ahead and we'll do the Buddy Buddy. What do we have in hand? No way to evolve anything. So I think this is what we get because we can just do this anyways and grab another. Then we can Ultra Ball whatever we draw into next turn and the Fire Energy. Yeah, this should be fine. So the way why we have to do this is because we need to leave a Charmander in play so we can attack with it being a Charizard. But also if they do a double Ogerpon snipe, it's very unlikely that they will take out both Pidgeots. What they would end up doing is taking out both Charmanders, which puts us another turn behind, which isn't... It's not something we can definitely come back from it, but then it just puts us in a bad situation where Charmander could then get sniped again on the bench, so we have to load up the bench as much as possible. So even if Charmander gets sniped, we have one Charmander left. Even if a Charmander and a Pidgey get sniped, we have a Pidgey and a Charmander left, essentially. Of course, they could still somehow manage to do a series of plays where they get both of our Pidgeys, which would absolutely suck, but at that point, you're powering up my Charizard anyways, and we'll just hope for the best. Another thing that we should probably look into for this deck is maybe a Gouging Fire EX, because Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon is really, really annoying, and it's one like decent way through it. And they do have the energy switch in hand, so we know that they can definitely get that play off if they want to take two prize cards here. Just gotta see where things go from there, though. So we're gonna go ahead and Iono them for sure here. Puts them down 4 cards. Hopefully they won't draw into a way to get Noctowl. Most likely they will, but with them, I'm going to shuffle energy back into the deck. That clogs it up a little bit more, so and that's fine. So we'll grab our Pidgeot. We'll immediately grab Iono and use it. Rescue Stretcher. Oh, that's kind of a shame. Or, using Rescue Stretcher here would be good, but what can you do? Let's go ahead and grab the Pidgeot. Go ahead and quick search for that Iono. Getting a Nest Ball or one of the Ultra Balls would be also ideal here, so that way we can play Fez and draw some extra cards too. That's not great. This helps though, so okay. We'll grab the Fez, as I said. We can Buddy Buddy. Might as well grab these guys. It could still be a Team Evolution play with the Rabska, so let's go ahead. So if we get Rare Candy Zard or Rare Candy Ultra Ball, we can pull up the Teal Mask. That's what we're really worried about, and that'll be good. So let's hope for a good flip the script here. No such thing. draw a card with Rellor. Alright, well... I'm wondering if I want to even do this. I don't know if I want to attach an energy. I guess we'll just pass. That was kind of crappy, I'm not gonna lie. So we could get Sob locked into the active spot, so maybe I should have put the energy down because I could have started attacking quicker, but we could also dedicate an energy from the Charizard to that and then attach manually anyways. Because we have the ability to get Charizard in play next turn. Absolutely, but yeah. And we do have the switch, so getting Sob locked isn't something I'm actually worried about. We could also have quick search for like Prime Catcher too, so let's go ahead and I kind of want to get rid of the Fez, but that kind of leaves us in a bad spot with potentially getting return KO'd by Overfawn. So we can quick search. Could have taken it slow as well, but so let's counter catcher up the Fez so they have less draw potential. I don't really want to give them anything else, so let's just go ahead and Burning Darkness for the KO. It's a very good chance that Overfawn comes in now and deals with us. It just needs 2 grass energy, of which of course it can attach manually and use the ability to do. Other than that though, if it doesn't get an attack off, it might just retreat. Which is fine because we have the Prime Catcher, so we'll just bring the Teal Mask right back up. And they probably just concede at that point, if I would take a guess. So yeah, let's go ahead and bring it up. Go ahead and retreat. Yeah. I was gonna say, we still have to play out the turn though, in case they don't decide to scoop, because, you know, things could happen. But yeah, no. That went pretty well. Alright, so we're level 7 now. Let's see what we can go collect. Looks like we're getting a Hopsawulu. I don't know if that's really gonna do anything for us, but hey, you know, it's free. Tyranitar, not bad, not bad. And a Rabombi, which, let's see play in the future, but not right now. Alright, so he wants us to do the trainer trials. And he also wants us to play a copy of Palpad, which I don't think we have Palpad in that deck, but we do have Palpad in Zard. So why don't we run a Zard game real quick and call it a session. Me with my measly 38 points. really don't like this coin. It's really ugly. All I see is arrows on it. Is it supposed to be like fall or something? The Relor start is pretty weak, so hopefully there's... What are we going against? This is throwing me off. So the Dunsparce for sure is in the deck. Is the Dunsparce EX going to be in the deck? This could be a Raging Bolt deck? The neck, as they say? It's definitely with the Dunsparce in it. Alright. I don't hate it. The Dunsparce is pretty good. It might... Honestly, would the Dunsparce be better in it than Noctowl is? Right, we gotta be careful, though, because... this can obviously hurt Zard pretty bad. But we do have Arven. We have no energy, though, so that really sucks. But at the very least, we'll get Buddy Buddy. Yeah, I don't really know what else to do here. Let's Buddy Buddy. We'll grab one of each, and we'll keep the Nest Ball in hand in hopes for them knocking out Relor, so we can Nest Ball for Fez, which I should have checked to see if it was in the prizes or not. So this might actually just be a really bad play. I'm not used to playing on TCGL still. I gotta get in the swing of things, but I definitely gotta get used to like checking it, because obviously when you have a physical deck, you kind of go through it and you see everything yourself while you're searching. But on TCGL, it's just like, oh, here's your basics. Okay, well, like, I need to see everything in the deck, and if you don't show me, I'm just gonna be like, okay, here's the things I want. So we're gonna see another Dunsparce come in. Find a friend. Oh, okay. So they're taking it real slow. They're gonna grab a Dunsparce off of that, so they can start their draw engine going. Actually really sucks for us. Even if we had an energy, like, other than, like, being able to TM Evolution, if we had... Honestly, what if I boss that up so that gets in the active? Whatever. Doesn't matter. We just gotta hope for the best. I don't know. They can be very aggressive if they draw into boss and other things, so... If they have it, they have it. Like, what can I honestly do here? I'm a person that honestly hates playing online because I feel that the random number generator in the game is so random that it's bad. Because, like, I feel when I play consistent decks that there's just huge inconsistencies in the opening hands most of the time. I'm not saying Charizard's the most consistent deck, obviously, but, like, this has happened quite a bit since I've been playing Zard on the ladder. Like, what do I do? They're getting a lot of energy in the discard pile, which is good for them. I guess the question is what are they going to do this turn? So if they take out my Charmeleon with, like, Teal Mask, that's bad for us. If they knock out Relor, that's fine. Honestly, what we have to do, if we do get the Charizard going this turn, we absolutely have to knock out the benched Ogerpon with the 3 energy, because it just return KOs us, which is not good. So any way that we can slow them down would be beneficial. but we definitely have a KO on it. As long as we get Zard going. And if they do knock us out here, we'll see whether or not we have Pidgey, Pidgeot, or Charizard going if we have the Fez in the deck. First and foremost, we would grab Pidgeot. That way we can quick search for the Zard. But yeah, we just gotta see what happens. I think either way we throw Pidgey into the active. Also, drawing into a Buddy Poffin would be very nice right now. Well, that also helps. So, Moment of Truth. Fez is in there. There's also 3 Zards. There's 2 Pidgeots. Alright. It's good to know. Good to know. All of our energy's in there. So let's go ahead and flip the script. Hope for any way to grab an Ultra Ball. Oh, man. That's so awful. This is the for your treat one, though. Oh. All right. This is really something. So I think what we do here is get the free retreat with this. Obviously, don't give them Fez. That would be awful. I don't know. I think we give them the Charmander? This is so bad. But at the very least, we are getting... We could counter catcher. Does that do anything for me, though? Oh, this is so bad. Even an Arven there would have been fine. But this is the only thing we do, because if we evolve Charmeleon, it effectively negates the Charizard abilities, so getting Pidgeot in play is like the only thing I can do. Only thing. And this could be awful because they could have Boss attach a single energy. It'd have to be a fighting though. And then they could KO the Pidgeot, and then we'd just be right back to nothing essentially. Like, we'd still have Fez, but yeah. And then now we gotta worry about 2 Teal Mask Ogrepons, which is not fun. Maybe sending Fez up there would have been correct, because that way they'd have to discard a couple of energy. They don't have to discard 3 though, right? 70, 140, 210. So they could have just discarded them off of the Raging Bolts. Yeah, this is going too slow and too bad for us to do anything, honestly. Oh, that sucks. It was such a just a wonky opening hand. I don't know why you would put. I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, so now we have the choice. Do we Iono them low? Hopefully. They have the Dunsparce in play though, so they might be able to get out of that. Might have to put that stuff back in the deck too. Maybe we go with this. We'll get rid of a Candy and a Charmeleon. so that way we can grab our Charizard. I don't know if I grab Charizard, if I just grab... Well, I mean, we've already whiffed, right? I just want to be able to get an extra energy and play this turn. Alright. I'm thinking about this in, like, a way where I can basically Iono and then flip the script on top of it. But... Alright. We'll do this. I want to Iono and then flip the script. The thing I want to know, though, is it more beneficial... I think it's more beneficial to take out the Ogre Pawn. Only because that just completely removes 3 energy from play. It removes the KO condition on my Charizard. And... I don't know. That's so bad. We have to get one going, though. Alright, Burning Darkness. We'll see what happens. See if they can draw out of this. It puts 4 grass in the discard, 2 on the benched one. I mean, they can definitely KO us with Raging Bolt, so that's not anything that I'm worried about. But what that does do is remove a lot of energy in play, which hopefully then, if we Iono them again, they won't be able to play out of. Ideally. And I think that's our only win con here. Because we just had such a slow start that, you know, the Fez doesn't help. They have to get rid of 5 energy to knock us out, though. But that could just straight be off of both of the Raging Bolts. It's very unlikely to work at this point, but Ionoing could be the correct play still. What we could do is put them to 2 and take out the Fez, and then hopefully at that point won't be able to do anything. But we still have to get Charizard in play. So we definitely have Zard here. The Ultra Ball, here are the things we don't need. Quick Search. There's Zard. And then Counter Catcher Iona. No energy deck. I almost grabbed Zard off of that, I'm not gonna lie. That would have been awful. I think we have to take out the Fez. Because if they just dead draw here, we're good. Might as well thin out the deck. There is a Super Rod in there, so if things go accordingly, we don't get knocked out. You can always Super Rod with Quick Search and then evolve into Charizard that way. But we're just gonna have to see if that's how things are gonna play out. So they could easily have Rescue Stretcher put, or I'm sorry, Night Stretcher put Fez back onto the bench, draw 3 cards. They could have gotten the Dunsparce. So there's 2 Sadas in there. I don't know. It was just a praying game that they didn't draw into Dunsparce, and they did. Yep, and there's the KO. That's unfortunate. It basically had to be they drew into nothing, and they didn't. I think that was the only way that we could win it. Yeah. I don't think there's anything we could have done there, especially with how awkward of a start we had.